Yeah, I want to fight Ilia whenever, wherever. I'd love to come to Bernabeu and punch your face in. You know what I mean? Do it in Spain in front of your fake countrymen because you're really German.
Paddy Pimblett wants to fight Ilia Topuria in Spain and aims to snatch his lightweight title in front of his home crowd. Paddy Pimblett claims that Ilia Topuria's route to a title fight was much smoother than his own. He points out that Topuria faced opponents who, in his view, didn't pose the same level of challenge he encountered and benefited from timing and circumstances that worked in his favor. Pimblett adds that if he had experienced a similarly straightforward path, he believes he would already be a champion.
I think Ilia had the easiest road to the belt. He had to beat Josh Emmett to get a title shot. Who did he beat? Ryan Hall, Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell. That was one of the easiest routes I've ever seen to a title shot. Michael Chandler had beat all of the people he fought before he fought Volk. And he wouldn't have beat Volk if Volk wasn't knocked out like 8 weeks earlier, 12 weeks earlier. You know what I mean? Everything's happened at the right time for Topuria, apart from when he fights me. If I didn't have to have these little times off these intervals and I had an easy route to the belt like he did, I would have been champion by now.
Furthermore, Paddy Pimblett publicly challenges Ilia Topuria and says he wants to fight in Spain, in front of Topuria's home crowd at the Bernabeu. Pimblett questions Topuria's national ties and vows to make a statement on that big stage, insisting he would relish proving his point in front of tens of thousands of fans.
When do you want to fight against who? It's easy question.
Yeah, I want to fight Ilia whenever, wherever. I'd love to come to Bernabeu and punch your face in. You know what I mean? Do it in Spain in front of your fake countrymen because you're really German. You know what I mean? I'd love to come and punch your face in front of 90,000 people in the Bernabeu in enemy territory for me because the Bernabeu is a shithole.
Okay.
Yeah, but when Luke and Shem fight, wherever it is, nothing's confirmed yet. I probably will be in the corner with them. So hopefully, Topuria is on a similar card.
Arman Tsarukyan suggests Ilia Topuria is more likely to end up fighting Paddy Pimblett than Justin Gaethje. He doubts Gaethje would agree to the matchup and points out that Topuria has his sights set on bigger opportunities. Tsarukyan explains that if Islam Makhachev captures the welterweight belt, Topuria would be more interested in pursuing a historic third title and the financial benefits that come with it rather than risking a fight against him.
Каким ты видишь путь Топурии в дальнейшем? То есть вот сейчас Гейджи, возможно, ему дадут под конец года.
Нет, Гейджи не будет драться с Топурией.
Это инсайт или это просто...
Нет, это мое мнение. Мое мнение. UFC может делать все, что хочет. UFC может поставить даже с дебютантом Топурию. Но я думаю, что, скорее всего, это будет больше Пимблет даже, чем Гейдж. Вот. Я думаю, он защитит титул. Если Ислам выиграет титул, он перейдет на 7-7 и захочет стать тройным чемпионом.
С тобой боя?
Не, со мной боя он не захочет, так как с Исламом он больше может заработать и риск, что он станет тройным чемпионом первый раз в истории и заработает большие деньги. И если даже он проиграет Исламу, ну типа поднялся в 7-7, сейчас обратно спускает свой вес. У него есть отговорка, если он проиграет, что он поднялся на 2 весовые категории выше.
On the other hand, Paddy Pimblett makes it clear he's prepared for a potential clash with Ilia Topuria and feels confident in the improvements he's making. He highlights his striking development, emphasizing timing as a key focus, but maintains that grappling remains his biggest strength. Pimblett even compares his ground control to the way Khamzat Chimaev dominated Dricus du Plessis, showing his belief that he can impose a similar style against Topuria.
5 rounds in the bag there. Needs striking time, it doesn't feel there at the minute, to be honest. Last week, needs striking time and felt good, and I've done 5 rounds with Luke, so it's just probably woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Obviously, you've got to get that striking time better if I'm fighting El Chirito. That's a lot what I'm going to work on, but me grappling always feels phenomenal. As you see in them rounds, lad, when I get people on the floor, you don't get up by the smother people. Like Khamzat against DDP the weekend, once I get you down and I'm on top of you and I'm smothering them, you're not getting up, lad. I'm controlling you, I'm making you feel my weight and making you feel some shots at the same time. That's the thing, lad, when I get on top of someone, you're not getting up.
Ilia Topuria dismisses Paddy Pimblett as a serious threat, describing him as the simplest matchup in the division. He believes their fight would be one-sided, giving him the chance to dominate from start to finish and highlight the difference in skill between them.
What is going on with Paddy?
With Paddy, all the fans around the world, I think that they want to see that fight. And at the same time, I have to be honest, I think it's one of the easiest fights that I could have in the lightweight division. I don't know, I can do with him whatever I want to do in reality. It's like, it's very excited fight for the fans.
Yeah.
where I'm gonna enjoy a lot the whole process, and at the same time, it's a fight where I'm gonna be able to shine once again.
However, Kamaru Usman rejected the idea of Paddy Pimblett skipping the line for a title opportunity, calling it unfair to fighters who had already earned their place. He highlighted contenders such as Arman Tsarukyan, Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker, Mateusz Gamrot, and Beneil Dariush as far more deserving based on their resumes and level of competition. While acknowledging Paddy's progress, Usman stressed that championship fights should be granted on merit rather than hype.
It's not Paddy's fault. Paddy has done a great job with the opposition he's been given to even put himself in this conversation. Paddy's done a phenomenal job. But if we're looking at the lightweight rankings, we've got Ilia Topuria, and I'm assuming next you've got Arman Tsarukyan. It makes sense. If you're not going to do a Justin Gaethje, I don't know why Islam is still there, but if you're not going to do a Arman Tsarukyan, or you're not going to do a Justin Gaethje, then, you know, like, yes, you've got Dan Hooker there. You've got Mateusz Gamrot. You've got all these Beneil Dariush there in front of Paddy Pimblett. So to skip all of these guys to just give him a title shot, that kind of spits in the face of the merit of the best fights the next best guy. So
on the other hand, Islam Makhachev believes that the matchup that makes the most sense at lightweight right now is Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan. He explains that Arman has already earned a spot as a top contender and deserves the chance. Makhachev adds that with the right mindset, Tsarukyan has the tools to defeat Ilia.
На твой взгляд, сейчас самый справедливый бой за чемпионство в легком весе между кем? Между Илией Топурией и Арманом Царукяном?
Ну да, конечно. Если кто-то когда-то, не знаю, в истории страховал бой, делал вес, он всегда дрался почти. Ну, я не помню в истории, чтобы не давали бой. Арман сделал последний турнир вес, подстраховал бой, и я думаю, он должен быть следующий. Он доказал, что у него же была проблема с весогонкой, он доказал, что может спускаться, гонять вес, и я думаю, что это самый актуальный бой на данный момент.
У кого было бы больше всего шансов на победу?
Ну, я думаю, если честно, если Арман выйдет с правильным настроем, то он справится.
Khamzat Chimaev said a fight between Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan needs to happen this year. He called it the perfect matchup, with Arman's wrestling and Ilia's striking creating the ultimate test of who is better. Even though he is close to both fighters, Khamzat admitted he would be eager to watch them face off inside the cage.
We know you're kind of friends with Ilia too. And, you know, you're friends with Arman. Do you see them fighting this year?
I hope so. It's a good fight for the both guys. So fighting is, we need to know who is the best fighter in the world. So the both guys is best fighters. So I will be happy to watch that fight. Yeah, it's a crazy fight. Arman is good moves. Like, he has a good kick, good wrestling. And the other guy has a good jiu-jitsu, a good puncher, you know. So it would be cool.
Charles Oliveira also admits Arman Tsarukyan deserves the next shot at Ilia Topuria's title. He notes that Tsarukyan is already the #1 contender and has done enough to secure the opportunity. Oliveira also recalls that Arman was once lined up for a title fight but had to withdraw due to injury, which, in his eyes, strengthens the case for him to finally get his chance now.
Você imaginaria que seria uma luta interessante e que causaria talvez uma dificuldade pro Topuria?
Cara, não vou te falar nem de dificuldade, nem interessante. Eu acho que o cara que merece isso é o Arman, o número 1 do ranking. Então, o Arman merece essa luta. Sabe, tá esperando ali, ele luta pelo título, teve lesão, saiu, então acho que é o Arman.
However, Ilia Topuria brushed off the idea of fighting Arman Tsarukyan, saying he didn't see him as a legitimate challenger. He questioned whether Tsarukyan could even stay consistent enough to make it to fight night and claimed he had no interest in the matchup, going as far as to say he would rather give up the belt than defend it against him.
Listen, when you put so much effort in the game and you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight, that's not something good for us. It's not on my back, bro. I don't care. You're gonna give him a fight before the title shot, because there is no way. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it.
Arman Tsarukyan keeps pressing for a title shot by highlighting the difference between his striking and Ilia Topuria's. He pointed out that Topuria leaned too much in boxing, while he blended in kicks, elbows, and knees to create more danger. Confident he was already prepared for gold, Tsarukyan promised to show he was performing on a higher level than the rest of the division.
They gotta give me this fight because I'm the next UFC champion. It's my belt.
Everybody talks about Ilia striking. Everybody says that Ilia is something they've never seen before. But I feel you're the same way. You have striking, you have ground game, you have wrestling, you have kicking, you have everything it takes to out-counter everything Ilia throws at you. Do you think Ilia is as special as everybody says he is?
He has just one special thing. It's a boxing. That's all. It's not boxing, it's MMA. And even the striking, I'm better than him for sure, because my kicks, my elbows, my knees work all those, and he does just good boxing. They can wrestle as well, so I just can't wait, to show everybody what's my level.
Arman Tsarukyan explained how he would approach a potential fight with Ilia Topuria, making it clear he wouldn't depend only on wrestling. He emphasized mixing in striking, kicks, and even up kicks to highlight his versatility. His focus was on avoiding a straight boxing match and instead giving Topuria the challenge of a complete MMA skill set.
I'm just can't wait to go there and to show who's the Arman Tsarukyan and why I'm #1 contender, and that day I'm gonna be a world champion. So it's not just wrestling. I'm a well-rounded fighter, and I'm not gonna just try to wrestle him. I'm gonna strike him. I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna up kick him, and try to do. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna try to box him. I'm gonna try to do a real MMA fight, to show him wrestling, to punch him, wrestling, to show him wrestling, to kick him, and clinch work.
Khabib Nurmagomedov downplays Ilia Topuria's chances in a potential fight with Arman Tsarukyan, highlighting Tsarukyan's evolution into a complete mixed martial artist. He praises Arman's ability to control distance, maintain range, and use sharp kicks to shut down strikers. With more experience and footage to study, Khabib believes Tsarukyan is now far more dangerous and says Topuria's style doesn't hold up well against Serge's versatility. In his view, Arman is currently the best lightweight in the division.
Давай предположим, что все случилось, Tsarukyan с Topuria дерутся. Ты кого видишь фаворитом в этом бою?
Я не вижу шансов у Topuria.
То есть ты считаешь, что Арман нападает, да?
Тоже не дает. Арман слишком дистанционно дерется с ударниками. Держит дистанцию хорошо, ногами лучше работает. И сейчас уже Арман слишком хорошо. У него есть материал, который он может посмотреть и хорошо изучить. Если 3 боя назад, если он с ним дрался, может, он не так опасался. Но сейчас уже видно то, чего можно опасаться от Topuria. Я считаю, что в данный момент лучший боец в легком весе — это Topuria.
Ты про Tsarukyan?
Да, я про Tsarukyan.
Khabib Nurmagomedov goes further by predicting an 80-20 advantage for Arman Tsarukyan against Ilia Topuria. He credits Tsarukyan's well-rounded skill set, strategic fight IQ, and physical advantages in size and strength as the reasons he would control the matchup. For Khabib, those factors make Arman the clear favorite.
Выиграет он при этом за счет борьбы, правильно?
За счет ММА стиля.
Но
это не вольная борьба.
Но будет проходить, да?
Арман может повалить, у него хорошие локти в партере. Очень хороший локти. Может бороться, разбаривать, спину забирать.
А вот в эту опасную дистанцию с Topuria просто не зайдет.
Не зайдет, слишком уже есть бои, он уже может посмотреть, изучить. Я, например, 80/20, я вижу победителем Армана. Я считаю, что его борьба, его прессинг, его говорить, это тоже надо учитывать. Он выше него почти на 10 сантиметров, если не ошибаюсь. И он больше него весом, и в день боя он будет больше него.
Khabib Nurmagomedov surprises many by declaring Usman Nurmagomedov the better fighter compared to Ilia Topuria. He admits fans can argue the point all day, but believes the real answer will only come if they ever share the cage. In his view, Usman's complete skill set gives him the edge. Earlier, Usman Nurmagomedov also emphasizes that his resume at lightweight is far deeper than Ilia Topuria's. He points out that Topuria has only competed once in the division, while he has years of experience and a championship to his name. Usman adds that if he defeats Paul Hughes in their rematch, he will view himself as the best lightweight in the world.
Come on, brother. Ilia Topuria, how he can be lightweight #1 in the world? He cannot be. He did only one fight. I have 19 fights in lightweight.
And undefeated.
I have 25. No, like I beat former champions, I beat champions, and I think my resume is like better than him. He have only 15 or 14, 13. How many fights he have?
I think 14. I think that's the number.
Yeah, but I have 14 finished in my career.
Absolutely. So after Islam wins the welterweight title, then you can officially declare yourself the #1 lightweight.
After when I will finish this guy, I will call myself I'm the best lightweight.
On the other hand, Ilia Topuria has also expressed his desire to face Islam Makhachev, but this time at welterweight, he makes it clear that ruling 2 divisions isn't enough for him, as he has his sights set on becoming a 3-division champion. If Islam wins the welterweight title, Ilia wants to chase him there, showing just how bold and ambitious he is in his pursuit of greatness and legacy.
If Islam becomes the welterweight world champion, for sure I'm gonna push for that shot also, and I will move to the welterweight division.
Ilia Topuria reveals that his desire to fight Islam Makhachev at welterweight is driven by ambitions that go beyond one division. He makes it clear that his goal is to conquer 170 and secure a 3rd UFC title, showing that he isn't just chasing wins but aiming to cement his legacy with true greatness.
Islam Makhachev did an interview and said he's not ruling out coming back down to 155. Would you rather fight him at 170 to get that 3rd title, or would you be willing to fight him at 55 because that's the division that people say he might be the best at?
It would be much better for me to fight him in 170, and I will beat him and get the 3rd title.
At a recent press conference, Islam Makhachev makes it clear that he isn't done at lightweight just yet. He explains that after dealing with Jack Della Maddalena, his focus could shift toward Ilia Topuria in a massive champion versus champion showdown. Makhachev admits the idea excites him and believes it has the potential to be one of the biggest fights in UFC history.
Твой следующий бой после Маддалены пройдет в 77?
Не могу сказать точно. Есть с Топурией какая-то интрига. Мне самому тоже интересен этот бой. Может получится сделать какой-то супербой. Или, как я сказал, посмотрим по весу.
However, Khabib believes Islam should focus on his upcoming title fight at the moment, as he claimed Jack Della Maddalena is the most dangerous test Islam Makhachev has ever faced. He argued that Maddalena brings a tougher challenge than Ilia Topuria or any past rival, highlighting his size, power, crisp boxing, and reliable grappling. Khabib admitted that preparing Islam for Maddalena would be more demanding and intriguing than getting him ready for Topuria.
I think Maddalena is the toughest opponent in Islam's career. In my opinion, not Charles, not anyone, not any of these fighters. And not even Ilia, if that were a fight.
Well, my personal opinion is, firstly, Maddalena is twice as big as Ilia.
Well, let's compare. Ilia is twice as big. He's taller, bigger, has stronger legs, a stronger body, his boxing is no worse, and he's a very good grappler. If you watched, well, for me, if, for example, I were to prepare Islam against Ilia or Maddalena, I would be more worried about Maddalena. No.
In a recent interview, Khabib Nurmagomedov reaffirmed his view that Jack Della Maddalena is the hardest challenge of Islam Makhachev's career. He explained that he had been watching Maddalena for years and regarded him as a dangerous striker with sharp technique. Khabib also pointed out that Maddalena had already defeated skilled wrestlers and handled those styles effectively, which, in his opinion, makes him a serious threat to Islam.
Бой Ислам Макхачев против Маддалены. От тебя прозвучало о том, что это будет самый тяжелый бой в карьере Ислама. Почему? Ну, мы не можем сразу все карты раскрывать, потому что наши соперники тоже нас слушают. Но скажу так, что я давно слежу за Маддаленой. Он как боец очень интересный. Тогда, конечно, у меня даже в голове не было насчет боя Ислама и Маддалены. Но судя по его скиллам, по его технике, по его ударке,
судя по тому, как он защищается против борцов, а он дрался с борцами. Рамазан хорошо борется, Гилберт Бёрнс хорошо борется, Белал Мухаммад хорошо борется.
Khabib Nurmagomedov points out that Jack Della Maddalena has already proven his quality by defeating opponents with size, wrestling ability, power, and toughness. He highlights Maddalena's perfect UFC record and notes that he trains with the same team that prepared Alexander Volkanovski for Islam. For those reasons, Khabib views him as a very dangerous opponent.
Он дрался с такими ребятами, у кого длинные рычаги, тот же Холланд. Ну, то есть он дрался и с борцами, и с ударниками, и с физически крепкими ребятами. Он такой, знаешь, проверку прошел, 9-0 UFC чемпион. У него та команда, которая готовила Волконовского на Ислама. Вот это все вместе, если сопоставить, я вижу в нем очень грозного соперника.
Javier Mendez backs Khabib Nurmagomedov's stance, naming Jack Della Maddalena as the toughest opponent Islam Makhachev has faced. He emphasizes that this matchup is far from simple and describes it as one of the biggest responsibilities he and Khabib have taken on as coaches. Mendez explains that if Islam manages to make the fight look easy, it would come from flawless preparation and seizing key moments. He also gives credit to Jack and his team for being mentally strong and well prepared for the challenge.
Yeah, I believe Khabib recently said that's Islam's toughest test. Do you agree?
I'm going to have to 1,000,000% agree with Khabib. I think this is our toughest test, and this is Khabib and my biggest responsibility is to make sure we get Islam on tip-top shape and ready to do what we think and we believe he will do, and that's win. But it's not going to be easy. And if we make it look easy, it's because we were properly prepared, and Jack just happened to give us what we needed. But this is by no means a walkover fight. No means. This is a really, really tough fight. And we have immense respect for Jack and their team and what they can do. And so we're prepared, mentally now. Physically, we'll got 2 months before we start camp. We'll go then. But right now, we're mentally prepared for what Jack brings, and he brings a lot.
That wraps up everything from today's video. Let us know your thoughts on these upcoming matchups in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on the upcoming UFC showdowns.